Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, Henry wants a meeting with Holness to prevent explosive clash over decision on successor in constituency. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, is expected to meet with Lester Mike Henry, the outgoing Member of Parliament for Clarendon Central, amid escalating tension over who should replace him as the party's standard bearer in the constituency. A senior JLP representative who spoke on condition of anonymity told the news that Henry, the parliamentary representative for the constituency since 1980, requested a meeting with Holness to settle the potentially explosive clash which involves the former mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, and the mayor of Maypen, Joel Williams. Delroy Williams is a councillor for the Seavright Gardens division in Holness's St. Andrew West Central constituency, and Joel Williams is the councillor for the Denby division in Henry's Clarendon Central seat. Henry has publicly endorsed the Maypen mayor to replace him, and up to 3 weeks ago said that the endorsement was still valid. The news was unable to reach the outgoing Member of Parliament for comment on Sunday. A meeting is to be held between the incumbent Member of Parliament and the leadership of the party regarding his succession, as there is a divide among the constituency's executive, the news source said. The meeting is expected to take place soon from now, with Holness said to be personally handling the remaining outstanding seats ahead of the general election due by September. The Secretariat has done its job. The Prime Minister is handling the rest. The idea was for the older ones like Mike and Carl Samuda to go at a midterm, but they decided to stay on for their own interest, so the Prime Minister said, "Okay, I can wait you out." Now that age is a factor and they have to go, they want to decide who should replace them, the source said. On Saturday, the news reported that Samuda might remain the JLP's representative in the upcoming general election, despite previous indications that he would retire. JLP General Secretary Dr. Harris Chang told the news on Friday that Samuda is reconsidering his exit given the lack of a clear successor and the party's desire to maintain stability in the constituency. The Holness Henry meeting is expected to put a lid on boiling tension and confusion in the constituency, much of which was expressed in a January 5, 2025 letter addressed to Chang. The letter, which carried the signature of Constituency Secretary Sharon Morgan and the letterhead of the Maypen Mayor, followed a meeting of the JLP's Clarendon Central Constituency Executive concerning the matter. It served as a request for an official response from the party regarding what the executives said were recent developments with the constituency. Specifically, we seek clarity on the recent activities of former Kingston Mayor Mr. Delroy Williams within our constituency. While Mr. Williams' presence in Central Clarendon is not unprecedented, his recent and persistent activities have caused a significant unease among members of the executive body and residents alike, the letter stated in reference to the native of 4 parts in the parish. To date, there has been no prior communication, information or directive issued by the party to justify these actions, leaving both the executive body and the wider community in a state of confusion, the group said. The executives stated that the situation has created growing tensions within the constituency and that members and residents are deeply concerned about the potential impact these developments could have on the constituency's unity and stability. They warned that if left unaddressed, the matter might harm what has otherwise been a stronghold for the JLP. Further, they noted that the current development appears to be at odds with previous discussions with the party's leadership. During those discussions, the party leadership affirmed its support for our Member of Parliament's recommendation of Councillor Joel Williams as the candidate for the constituency. In light of the above, we respectfully call on the party to urgently intervene and provide the necessary clarity regarding this matter. Doing so will help to ease tensions, reassure residents, and restore confidence among the members of the executive body, the group said. The executives ended by calling for guidance and transparency to address the concerns they said have arisen from the former mayor's activities in the constituency. Sissoko Station diaries back in police custody. 2 days after he apologized for an embarrassing data protection breach in which station diaries containing information related to cases investigated by the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse were exposed, Police Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake confirmed yesterday that the diaries are now back in the custody of the police. They were retrieved on the day it was brought to my attention. January 15, the police chief said in response to a query from the news. The retrieval occurred the same day the news contacted Sissoko for comment after coming across the station diaries inside the center's abandoned former headquarters on Ruthven Road in St. Andrew. An article revealing the blunder was published in the news the next day. Sissoko's offices were situated at the building at 2A Ruthven Road for more than 2 decades before, in 2024, its headquarters were relocated to a new facility at Upper Lady Musgrave Road. In a publication on the Jamaica Constabulary Force's website on Friday, under the headline Accountability and Transparency, Commissioner addresses Sissoko records incident head-on. Blake described the incident as a gross negligence and accepted responsibility on behalf of the police force. This, colleagues, cannot be described as anything less than gross negligence on our part as an organization, especially at a time like now when our transformation is at such an advanced stage and moving at such a rapid pace, the commissioner said. In his comments, he indicated that during the transition, some records that could not be accommodated at the new location were securely locked away in a temporary storage facility, which was later vandalized. Acknowledging the organizational oversight that allowed such an incident to occur, Blake said, for that, as a person with a command responsibility over the GCF, I apologize not only to the clients of Sissoko, but also to Jamaica. For attorney-at-law Chuck Cameron, who has more than 20 years as a practicing attorney and who since 2019 has had advanced masterclass training as a data protection officer, the Sissoko breach was the tip of the iceberg. Cameron believes that there are widespread risk of breaches to the privacy of the data of Jamaicans across 95% of the public and the private sectors, and the silence of the Information Commissioner on such a matter of grave concern was deafening. Cameron, who spoke with the news yesterday on the state of data protection in the island, said the response from the police commissioner was exemplary. He commended the JCF for admitting the error and apologizing, which according to him respected the rights of those affected. But as we acknowledge the JCF's exemplary response, the silence of the Office of the Information Commissioner on this matter is deafening. This was an opportunity for the OIC to demonstrate leadership, educate the public, and reinforce its mandate under the Data Protection Act. Instead, the absence of any response has left a void in what should have been a pivotal moment for advocacy, he wrote in response to Blake's response. Commenting on the breach, Cameron said it was a glaring reminder of why robust data governance is non-negotiable. Such incidents, he said, test the integrity of organizations and the leadership within them. He said the Ruthven Road revelation called for visible decisive action from the very body tasked with safeguarding our data privacy rights, and that call went unanswered. I think the shock should really lead to awareness, because that's the state of play for 95% of all government agencies and the private entities. So it's nothing peculiar to the police, Cameron told the news, painting a dismal picture of the state of data protection despite the island's robust law. According to him, this office has the most far-reaching powers in the country, more far-reaching than any other head of JDF, Police Commissioner, DPP. When those powers are activated, I think the public needs to know about it. When contacted yesterday for comment, Information Commissioner Celia Barclay's phone number generated an automatic response indicating her office was unavailable right now but will respond to you as soon as possible. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.